Now then, welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. You thought I'd forgotten it then, I thought I'd forgotten it then, but I pulled it back right at the last second there. Agrarian Skies 2, here we are. Oh man, I do so many different series. Here we go. Look at that. Can you see what it is yet? Can you guess what it is yet? Well, you might be able to tell what it is. Some of you that have been doing blood magic before, some of you that have seen blood magic done before, will know what this is. This is an altar. This is, well, it's not yet an altar. It's the platform ready for an altar. I did a little research to figure out what size of space I needed for my little altar there. This little thing here, this one little block, the blood altar, is a tier 1 blood altar. And it's currently got more blood in it than I care to dispose of while moving it up there. So I think I'll use it first. Right, so, where to begin? Where to begin? Well, let's begin with the stuff that isn't blood magic, and come back to that in a minute. But I couldn't really not say anything about that as soon as you saw it, because you'd be like, what's that? Big elephant in the room over there. Not talking about that. No, not talking about that yet. No. I have upgraded my my axe to bronze. Smelted some bronze up, made myself a bronze axe head, and now I can harvest the rubber saplings and get in a bit of stock. Not really enough to write home about. Also, put the slimy sapling down just here, and I've chopped that down once. Just once, right? Only harvested it once. I managed to get 16 slime balls and a gelatinous slime from it. Yes, 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 yes. And as you can see, I've harvested the rubber wood at least once as well. So, doing okay. Oh, Denku, my faithful little witch in the comments. I can't reply to your comments because you're not on Google Plus or whatever. It's a silly rule that means that I can't reply to you in text. So I'll say thank you very much for the suggestion. Apples. I think we spotted these last episode, that I got some golden apples. And I can, of course, use the golden apples to regenerate while doing the self-sacrificing thing for blood magic. And I got quite a bit of apple. I got quite a few apples, I have. And I've also got quite a bit of gold over there. I only got one in here, like, right now, but I've only got that. That's about to run out. Let's just break this and sort this out. So I'm going to do a quick batch of gold as well, so I can get some golden apples to make this process a little bit easier for us. Okay, easier. Another thing is that Way of Time put in the comments, and also somebody else. Oh my days, that sounds so bad, doesn't it? I read Way of Time's comment, and there was somebody else who also mentioned the same thing, perhaps actually sooner. But of course, Way of Time made the mod, so I was very enthusiastic to say thank you to Way of Time for telling me that there's a little point of leaving the blood in there before you put the item in, because the items start to go reverse itself. So the progress bar on the item soaking up the blood, as soon as it runs out of blood, it starts reversing the process. And I didn't know that. There's apparently a particle effect thing, and I don't really play with the particle effects on because of rain. So I've got particle effects minimum. I'm going to change it to all for now, and hopefully we'll get something showing up in this blood altar later today. Let's just quickly sort this out. Now, we're on another update. And my Walia is all over the place once again. Let me just change this round. I generally don't like it up there. I put it down here, and I change the scale to about 50%. And that way I can sort of ignore it in the bottom corner there. But if I need it, it's there for me to see when I actually want to look at it. But the point I was making is Jaded Cat updated the pack once again after yesterday's episode. Well, not after yesterday's episode. Obviously, she already found out that there was problems, and the crafting frames seem to be fixed. So I'm going to... Wow, that was a lot. I'm going to now crush that up, make some more dust. But this is a stack and a half of gold dust. A stack and a half of gold dust. and I'm just going to cook it all up to make golden apples. You see, now I can just make the gold when I want it. I can go and grab it from over there when I want it, put it in here when I want it, but I don't need to do everything and have lots and lots of those things. It's cool like that. I like it like that. There is applied energistics, there is auto packager, there's all sorts of special things that I can do, but I don't want to just yet. I also, one of the things why I'm holding out is because Refined Relocation has some cool little things in it. And I'm going to have a look, and I don't know, if you know, leave it in the comments below, if Refined Relocation has like a pulling from inventory facility. So, yeah, I think you might understand what I mean. Is there a way of me pulling from Refined Relocation's inventories into another inventory on request? I don't know yet, but we'll find out ourselves later. Okay, so what do we have here then? I did a little bit of research to find out what space an altar was actually going to take up. And the last time I saw blood magic, and I've played on servers where Akko the Builder done blood magic, Korjanti done blood magic, where Funshine and Lewis, WTF Geeks, all done blood magic. We did Blood and Bones together, me and Lewis, and I took Witchery and he took blood magic. And everything up to tier 5, which is the beacons, which we'll show you in a minute. Everything up to tier 5 was available then. I think tier 6 has come out since then, because I didn't know anything about tier 6. And I don't think I've seen anybody do a tier 6. I think Akko the Builder may have done something tier 6 recently, just to show it off. But this is my understanding of it. It's a very broad understanding of blood magic. A broad general overview of the mod from level 1 to, tier 1 to tier 5. That's my broad understanding. The details, like you may have seen in the last episode, the details of the progression bar of whatever you put in there, you need to fill it up to the right amount first before putting the item in. The little detail like that, completely overlooked, because I don't remember anybody ever showing me or telling me that in videos. I guess it's like, you should know that. It's sort of assumed. These other YouTubers that I keep mentioning as my friends from previous servers and stuff, they kind of just know that automatically, I guess. And so I never picked up on that. But the general broad view of the mod has always been very good. I just haven't done it until now. Focused on other things like Britannia. Did a whole Druid's Tale series on Britannia when we had blood magic in the same mod pack on the same server at the same time, and other excuses why I've not done blood magic before. Yeah, so here it is. This is my time. It's finally here. Blood magic begins on Nemsun's channel. So, let's explain what I've done here. In order to set up where I want the altar, I've planned out all 6 stages of the altar. And I think I've got it right. I've used images and words from wikis and things like that to decipher exactly what it's going to be. Now, to make it clear to you that haven't done blood magic before, the stone bricks represent blocks that need to be in the altar. The sandstone steps and the sandstone bricks and any other blocks you see that are not stone blocks are not required. They are decorational. Which is why I've picked sandstone for this particular case, because I've done a little sandstone pyramid thing, and I happen to have a backlog of sand over there, which I thought, what can I use this for? I don't know, I can use it for sandstone. So here it is. So tier 1 is just the altar on its own as you build it, tier 1. Tier 2, you replace, well, you don't replace, but I'm going to replace these stone bricks around where the altar's going to sit, right in the middle. 8 stone bricks here are going to be replaced by 8 runes, and that is a quest here as well. The upgrade the altar, pattern to craft furnace. Yeah, 1 level down. from the altar. The altar will be in the center of 8 runes and surround... Jaded Cat, it's got a U in it. Surround it on the next level down. You can replace the blood runes later with better runes. Runes. I'm going to get that wrong so many times. But we get a potion of regen for this and a full heart. Very good, very good. But then the quest asks for 9. Okay. Well, I'm actually going to need, like, bloody hundreds of them. So I don't mind just making 9 now, even though I only actually need 8 for this part of the process. But we need to get on with doing that thing anyway. And I think that's probably why we did 16 of the slates earlier, to make 1 set of runes here. Right, so anyway, that's Tier 2. Tier 2 is runes all around here. And they're different types of runes, but you only need the basics to make it actually work. Then the Tier 3 is runes here again, where you can see the stone. And the corners don't matter. But at this height, 2 blocks up, there is it glowstone? I think it's glowstone. I'm pretty sure it's glowstone. So in these 4 blocks that are sticking out is glowstone and blood runes all the way around the outside of it. And that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, yeah, because this is 3, then we move up to 5. And it's 1 block out from the first one and 1 block down from the first one to tier up. Which is why I use steps, so that I could just walk straight up my pyramid of blood. That, and I also wanted it to look slightly Aztec, because I think the whole sacrificing blood for the blood god and making magic and stuff is pretty much an Aztec religious thing that's ancient culture, and that's basically the premise for the whole mod is built around that. And then Way of Flowing Time has done wonderful things to make it even more interesting, interpret in his own way. Then we've got Tier 4, which is another 1 out and 1 down. And now we're up to 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 runes on each side. Yeah. And you put a beacon at the base here. No, that's the next one out. No, you don't put a beacon at the base. That goes up there into a bloodstone. Oh, I'm going to get these so wrong, aren't I? Because I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't really know. But yeah, this is a bloodstone, I think, which you'll see later on. And that's got to be up above these. And again, I think these are just decorational blocks of anything you want and a little base of 4 there just to tie it all in. All decorational, right? Then the next tier down, things start getting very interesting. This is tier 5. This used to be like the final stage. And in each corner here, you have a beacon block. I don't believe having the tier 2 beacon, the second level of the beacon, like iron blocks all the way around underneath the beacon itself, is a requirement. I believe just the beacon block itself is the requirement for blood magic. So it doesn't actually have to do anything, the beacon. It doesn't have to activate or anything like that, but that's where the beacon goes. And you would do your 3x3 of the beacon top there, and then potentially take it down even further if you want a beacon to be actually active. And then from the sides, you've got it coming out and running all the way along with more blood runes. So I'm going to need lots and lots of blood runes before we're finished, and there's many different types. All do different special things and help the altar. Each tier of the altar increases the capacity for storing LP, which is life point, which is how much blood you put into the altar. These final 2 levels need 2 blocks between them. Presumably that's part of the design process, just because we've got the beacons here, and also it makes it look cool. And then there's another 2 blocks before this final row, which is tier 6. And I'm not going to say what goes on the top of tier 6. It could be a block of lapis, for all I know right now. I can't remember what it was. I think I remembered right, it's glowstone followed by bloodstone, or blood smooth stone or something like that. I remember it's a blood-coloured stone and it looks absolutely awesome. And it looks very good against the sandstone as well, because we did that in Blood and Bones. And then I know it's beacons, but I'm not sure what tier 6 is yet. But I know it's got like 7 blocks up from the floor. Is it 7 blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7 blocks. I'm right there. 7 blocks up, and then there's a block on the top, which could be anything. Could be a lapis block. Could be another block of obsidian. It could be whatever. I don't know. And then down here you've got the other ruins. Ruins, yes. So I've laid out based on having a tier 6 blood altar. And I hope that this looks okay, that I come round here and I've got this little corner here. This little bit round here just for doing the bits and pieces, and I can still go up and access the altar from here. I'll have something hidden around here for doing other processing of bits, like those berry bushes, the ore berry bushes that we've got. There's also going to be seeds from Agricraft that give me ores over here as well. So over here is going to still be farming ores, and the ores are going to be stored and located around this sort of corner area. So I still come over here for my ores when I need stuff. That's still going to happen. Speaking of ores, check out all of my gold. Man, so much gold. And it's pouring... Oh, it's already poured 2 stacks of gold while I've been talking. Awesome. I wonder if I could... yeah, hang on a minute. I don't know, right? I've never tried this, but what I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna pour... I'm gonna see if I can pour it on an apple. Make a golden apple that way. It kind of just made sense to me that you could. And we're going to give it a go and see what happens. Yeah, it's a golden apple. Oh, cool. I don't believe that just worked. I was expecting that to be rejected. But no, it's actually a thing Tinkers has built in. That's awesome. That is so clever. I think I suggest these things in my brain, and I don't expect people to have already thought of it. But that was definitely well worth it. That's awesome. So I got 2 little golden apples. So these ones in here that I've got that are shiny ones might actually be notch apples because they're shiny enchanted golden apples, and these are normal golden apples. Notch apples will be pretty epic. I wonder what mob is dropping golden apples that are notch apples. That would be crazy. I'm sure that's something slipped through the Jaded Cat's cat-like nail grip. Oh, I can't think of a euphemism for it. Yeah, okay, anyway. Let's make the things that we need. So what have I got in here? I've got 16 blank slates and 4 blood runes. I need to make 9 of these altogether. So the recipe on these is 2 slates and the orb in the middle with a load of smooth stone. So do I have enough smooth stone? I know I've got that. Let's go and grab another stack of smooth stone from over here. I also sorted the floor out in here because I was sick of jumping over the little gap. So I made a load of clay, cut it all up and did that. Now I've got my smooth stone. That's that sorted. Okay, and was it in a crafting table? Yeah. Oh, get off. I haven't changed my inventory tweak since the update. Yeah, it's a shaped orb crafting. Shaped orb crafting. Okay. So, that in the middle. Those on either side. And then... yeah. And then we just make those. Awesome. And I'm pretty sure... Let me just take the 9 that we need for the quest. I'm pretty sure that you use these in the upgrading process. Let's see. Uses of this. Okay. So we always get this facade crafting first. I don't know why. A blood interface uses the rune. A speed rune uses the rune. So you convert that rune into a speed rune by putting a bit of sugar on and a couple more slates. You convert a rune into a glyph of rigid stability. That sounds cool. I don't think I've actually seen that in action before. That might be something new. And a glyph of the adept enchanter. Oh, that sounds cool as well. These, I believe these are like component parts for rituals that you can create later on. All very awesome, and all requiring the blood rune in the middle. We've also got a spell table, which is fairly simple to make. Might make one of those soon. But I'm going to try and stick to the quest line of Jaded Cat. So Jaded Cat can teach me blood magic. And you guys in the comments can also join in, showing me all the basics. But I'm pretty sure that these runes were basically for everything. That's at the blood. At the blood. So the first ones that I'm going to probably want to make is like a Rune of Sacrifice. They need reinforced slates. They don't use a rune, so you're not upgrading a rune. Okay, so I don't want to make a massive batch. Self-sacrifice, dislocation, orb, superior capacity requires an augmented capacity, which is made separate of the rune as well. Speed rune, yeah, that requires a blood rune. So it might be like the first level ones. Then that needs a blood. That needs a speed rune. That upgrades from there. Okay, so it's almost like tiers of runes as well that you can make. That makes sense. That's quite a cool little idea, isn't it? That's nice. We like. Okay, so we've got 9 blood runes, and Jaded Cat says, oh, open it up, open it up. Look at this. And these are some of the sigils that I actually wanted to make. There's no sigil of growth there, though, by the looks of it. I hope that's there somewhere. And these are the runes that I was talking about as well. And Bloodstone. That's the thing. That's the thing I was talking about. Okay. So we get this. We get a potion of regen. Claim the reward. Bada bing. Okay. That's that one done. Now, which way do we go? We're not going to do the Master's Orb yet. Or are we? That's a 4th tier blood orb. Will require a tier 4 altar weak blood shard. Okay. So that's a tier 4. Tier 4? Yeah, tier 4. Okay, so that's a tier 4, so we're not going to be doing that anytime soon. The Alchemical Chemistry Set. I've not actually played with one of these either. Yeah, okay. How much was that to make? That was one of these and those. I can do that now as well, can't I? I set everything up for this last episode. That's those. Yeah, I'll take this with me as well, just in case. And we'll quickly make one of those as well. Collect that quest. Let's do it in the other one, just in case I need those runes again. So it's something like this. I'm useless at remembering these things over and over again. And that's in the other table there, yeah. This is another thing about blood magic. Everyone I've seen, these orbs just tend to never be in the right place at the right time. There's always a... I must remember to take my orb with me, because you only get one and you use it for crafting, so you always forget it in a crafting table. Especially because there's Tinker's crafting tables. It just, yeah, makes for awesome stuff. Okay, so I don't know how to use an alchemic chemistry set just yet. But I'm going to mess around with that a lot as well, I think, because there's some cool stuff that I know of, like these vials of things that you get. Okay, in most cases, they're just... many things can be made through the use of chemistry. In most cases, they are just as good as more natural options. Natural options? Meaning vanilla options, baby. To get started, you'll need Alchemical Chemistry Set. With this set, you can create leather, potions, and many other things. There's been a few recipes that I've seen. How do I get this? And alchemical chemistry comes up as a method to get to it. Reward bag. Bing. 2 tin orberry bushes. Awesome. Let's just put them away quickly, because I know I'm going to be back for those later. I've got a plan for orberry bushes as well in the future, over in that far corner over there. Hello, tree. How you doing? Welcome to the episode. How you doing? Yes, I'm talking to a tree now. Okay. Then we've got slates. Yeah, the next one, reinforced slate, is a tier 2 altar, and I need 8 of those to pass the test to get some mossy stone. Why, thank you so much. And then the Divination Sea Jewel, that should just be a level 1 as far as I know. Divination Sigil, and I get a Sigil of Holding. That holds sigils. That's cool. I want to do that. I want to do a Divination Sigil, and I want to see what these are. Self-sacrifice will upgrade your altar to increase the amount of LP added to the altar when using your life energy. Each rune used for upgrading the altar will raise the LP by 10%. So 10 runes will double the amount of blood you get by sacrificing your own health. That's going to be good to early days, isn't it? So I might make the one of those as well. That's 10% extra. 10% extra, is that worth it? I need these reinforced first, so I need to make a level 2 first before I can do that. Well, I guess that's where we're going now then. Let's go and put, 8 of these around this section here. Probably I'll lose some of these down in the floor there. I'm thinking about how to and where to put my... Oh, I've dropped one. Oh, good. That's just exactly what I was expecting to happen. I'm trying to think where to make the mobs come in, because there's got to be like a radius of effect that killing the monster in a certain area around the altar puts the blood into the altar for the sacrifices to happen, right? So I'm expecting that to happen. But I don't know whether I want to put it in, like, bring them over the top and drop them down, or have a big chamber above it, because I quite like it the way it looks right now. I don't think I want anything on top of it, a great big mob farm sticking out on top of it. I'm going to have a mob farm over there, but it may only be the same sort of height as it. And I'm going to try and do some fancy builds around it once I've got it actually working. But I'm thinking now that if I can get the mobs underneath it to sacrifice, that will suffice. And I'm pretty sure that's possible. I just also know that underneath there is a great place to put a load of rituals and things. Let's make this orb. I think I can make this sigil in a level 1. I think I can make it in a level 1. If I can find a sigil, that would be awesome. Give me sigil. Give me sigil. Which one is it? I want the Divination Sea Jewel. Oh, you guys are probably just looking straight at it and going, it's there. It's there. Facepalm, facepalm. Let me just reduce the number of sigils on the page. That assassination, sigil of holding. That's it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so glass around a slate with my orb. Okay, that's easy enough as well then, isn't it? Did I still have some glass over here from before? I think I did. Yeah, there we go. What's going on with that? Okay, I was messing around with that previously, and it stopped working, didn't it? Now, everything's fixed. It works again. Awesome. Okay. Good, good. Good, good. Awesome, awesome. So, that's that. Oh, I needed a blank slate, didn't I? Let's take one of those. And let's do this again. One in the middle with that at the bottom. Okay. That at the bottom, glass all the way around, and one slate gives me a division sigil. There we go. And now I should be able to bind this to me. Yeah, so current essence, I've got 200 life essence points, and in my altar, I've got a capacity down the bottom there of 10,000, and I've currently got 8,816 in there. Okay, so if I put one of these in now, it should be a fairly swift process to soak it up. Let's see, it's down, it's going down 100 per click. And I think it takes 1,000 to do it. Yeah, look, see. It's not as time-consuming as I kind of derped up last episode. Yeah, I didn't do it right. That's why it was taking me so long. Let's see. Yeah, so I can make quite a few of these sigils just to empty the thing out before moving it on. I know I'm going to need these blank slates quite a lot, because all of these need blank slates. And there's plenty of other things that need blank slates as well. So I'm going to quickly use up this blood, and I'll be back, move the altar over there, and get on to the next stage. Oh, wow, I've just noticed the time. I just realised that we're nearly at the 30-minute mark already, and I've been waffling on about all of this and what I'm planning on doing. Also, if you have a look at Walia, in the bottom right-hand corner now, you can see it shows what's in the blood altar, what LP's currently in it. That's kind of bad, because there's a whole division sigil here, and the kind of the whole point of the division sigil is to give you that information, I believe. So anyway, now I've only got 686 left in the altar. There is no point me keeping it like that. I don't know if it keeps the blood in it. I was under the impression, and correct me if I'm wrong, I was under the impression that the LP network was the blood LP, sort of, in sacrificial terms, it's the whole blood network. But I think this altar and any other altars, I think you can have more than one altar. I don't think people use more than one altar very often, but I think you can have more than one altar. Each one sort of counts towards your total LP in your network. But I don't know why that isn't showing up. If I use this weak blood orb, if I come down here away from the altar and right click it, I take a bit of damage and I get 200 in my essence. Also, in the top left-hand corner, or nearly the top left-hand corner, I've got a little gauge, a little meter that comes up only when I'm holding the Divination Sigil. And I would guess that that is something to do with the amount of blood in my own personal system. Like, you see it going up a bit? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like. Okay, well, that's cool. I have done what I came here to do for this episode, folks. Thank you once again very, very much for watching. I appreciate all your comments, all your likes, and all the sharing you do with all the other people in order to get more people to my channel and grow, grow, grow. I am trying to grow as a YouTuber, I'm trying to grow as a channel, so I appreciate everything you do to help me achieve more subscribers and more views per video. That makes me happy. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next episode of Agrarian Skies 2 tomorrow.